Hi, Karen Creighton here. Today I'm just doing a video about a specific part of our Genius system, and that is the Nogiers. So many people have asked me what they're all about, so I thought I would do a shortish video about these amazing frequencies. Now, you don't have to take notes. At the bottom of this video in our website, you will find a PDF and you can download that and use it as much as you like. So these are really, really exciting. And I'll just show you, I'll just screen share with you my Genius so you can see what I'm talking about if you can't remember. So as you can see, you have the system overview here, and it doesn't matter whether it's top or bottom. So you've got your body, you've got your mind, and then you've got the biofield. So in the biofield, down the bottom here, just down here, is the Nogiers. So let's click on there. And as you can see, we have Nogier L, G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. And I'm going to go through them, and it's really, really exciting. The more you dive into these different sections of the Genius, the more you realize what we have in our hands. So I consider the Nogiers to be a very important component of the whole Genius system, and you will see why. And every time I do a treatment, I will nearly always, but always use at least one or more of these. And so I'll just explain a little bit. So the reason they're called Nogiers is they were discovered by a French neurologist called Paul Nogier. And he discovered a range of frequencies that the body not only recognized, but it was also able to utilize and help the patient to heal in a natural way. Nogier's discovery came about when he was researching the effect of frequencies on the tissue of the body. What he found was absolutely amazing. He found that sick cells have a certain vibratory signature that varies very different to healthy tissue. As he studied further, testing frequencies and their effects on the living tissue, he found that there were 7 such frequencies that the body resonated greatly with. So as he dove deeper and started to use these 7 frequencies and exposing sick tissue to the natural resonance of healthy tissue, those sick tissues started to heal. And when you take that very short paragraph into account, you sort of think, wow, that is amazing. If we just give the right frequency that the body needs at a specific time, we can heal almost, well, I personally would say you can heal anything, but I'm not allowed to say that. But your body can heal itself. If you give it these frequencies, that helps it. So anything that we can do to help our frequencies, it just has to be, it has to be good. Okay, so I'm going to go through them very, very quickly. So Nogier, for example, is hugely beneficial for wound healing and other tissues that are associated with the skin and just below the dermis. So B, for example, is great for lung and liver problems, as well as other issues associated with the digestive tract. Excuse my dog. You can never time that, can you? And others have an amazing for a range of issues. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through them specifically. So I'm just going to go through a list. And as I say, you don't have to remember this. You can have this PDF as a reference. So A, Nogier A, action on the tissues. So to do with skin, and as I said, just below the skin, so epidermal. So helps to heal epithelial tumors. So in other words, skin cancers. Epidermal reactions, body openings, toning, acute diseases, inflammation, edema, stimulates the cells to do their jobs if they have got stagnant or sluggish, specifically your lymphatic tissue. So for the tissue of ectodermal origin, so skin, such as body openings, skin and nerve, applications include wounds, eye injuries, and after surgery. So just imagine that you've got someone or you have had surgery and you want some help. Nogier A could be a really good option. But as we go through, you'll be able to find that, oh, right, I can include A and B, or A and C, or, fill in the blank. It really, really is up to you to really open up your imagination so that you can use it for so many things. So it can be used to tone tissue while minimizing the chance of hemorrhaging, fresh wounds, or recent surgical sites. It is also good for the treatment of acupuncture and trigger points, corneal ulcers, and ulcerated mucous membranes. It is called the universal frequency in acupuncture. So in my PDF, we've got what the actual frequencies are. So I'm not going to go through them now. Okay, B, Nogier B, gastrointestinal and metabolic problems, nutritional absorption, polarity, parasympathetic nerves, and interoceptive impulses, abdomen, sedation, chronic diseases, metabolism, stimulates nutrient function, cellular cohesion, plus immunity balance. This frequency appears to be the most effective for neuropathy, but it's also good for circulatory and lymph stimulation, very similar to A in that respect. In field applications, B has been used in conjunction with C and E for tendon, ligament, joint, and other injuries where reaching secondary levels of tissue is needed. So if you can imagine, you have had surgery and you've had gastrointestinal surgery, so whether it's keyhole or whether it's actually been opening up, you could use A to help tone the tissues and to prevent hemorrhaging, and B to help heal the ability to be able to absorb and utilize your nutrition. So many things it can be used for. So then we go into Nogier C. This is for locomotor problems and motor function, so sympathetic polarity, muscles, bones, joints, circulation, kidneys, genital system, so your reproductive system, movement disorders, helps with dopamine secretion for tissue of mesodermal origin, such as bones, joints, ligaments, and tendons. Experience has shown that C to be especially good for tendon and ligament injuries when used with B and G. It also helps relax the large muscle groups. So exciting, isn't it? I as a practitioner, I mean, you might not think it's so exciting, but if you sort of think about it, what we can use these for. Okay, D, laterality disorder. Now, what that basically means is communication between right and left brain. So that includes dyslexia, learning disabilities, disorientation, immune system dysfunction, poor concentration, ADD, ADHD, stuttering, brain frequencies, stress balance, relaxation. I would also like to add to this that the pineal gland, along with G, it can really help with helping with balance, walking, posture, and mood. For chronic conditions not responding to A or C, experience shows that D to be good for supplement to C when healing appears to reach a plateau. So you've gone to such a level and nothing seems to be working, add in D. It really might help. So you can only get great experience from this or you don't. And what I've learned is it really seems to help ramp up those rectification percentages, which is always very satisfying, isn't it? Okay, E, pain and nerve conduction spinal cord diseases. So nerves, pain, neuralgia, herpes zoster, spinal cord. So that's when you get things like shingles and things that have pain control. So it's really good for any pain. And also can really help with things like Parkinson's, like the jitteries and things when it's actually nerves. So for pain control, primarily when C nerve fibers are transmitting to dorsal root ganglia and when the involvement of neurotransmitters is of physiological importance, not psychological, physiological. Experience shows E to help suppress pain and to sedate acupuncture and trigger points and to aid in diminishing excess calcification associated with spurs and arthritic conditions. Okay, so as you can see, you can start really building. So you can really get to know these. So it's really good to sort of just keep on looking at them. So you get to know them and you go, oh, okay, we can use E with D, or we can use C with A, or we can, fill in the blanks. Right. So F, brain and bone reconstruction. So this is associated with face, mouth, brain frequency, psychic and psychosomatic symptoms, stimulation of grey nuclei, which helps with tooth, nerve, and trigeminal pain. So it really works really well with the sort of gum area. Antidepressant effect, plus regulation of the hypothalamus and appetite. So if you have an appetite that just never seems to go away, you can never sate it, then F would be a really good one to be playing in the background. And so the other day, for example, we were doing a treatment and I treated the house. And so I put some of the Nogiers and some of the Sofiegos on, and it really lifted the whole mood of the house. And I put F there because, sometimes if you get stressed and everything else, then it's useful to put different frequencies on in the house, in your environment, so then it really helps. The Sofiegos, which is another video, can really add to that, and we'll go into that in the other video. Okay, so we've done F, and now we're on to G. So Nogier G, action on the cerebral cortex and mental disorders. So as you can see, these last three are very much to do with nerves and pain, and also to do with the brain. I mean, there's a lot to do with the brain if you think about it. So if you're struggling with anxiety and everything, then there's a lot in here that you can really use. So G, action on the cerebral cortex, mental disorder. The effects can be potentiated by associating various frequencies, as I said. Frontal brain, intellectual disorder, anxiety, muscle strain. This is also a frequency to enhance the ability to create and imagine, as well as to open up our psychic abilities. If you use it along with D, it can really work on decalcifying the pineal gland, which is a lot of people have talked about in various different videos. And what that does is it opens up our intuition. And so when our intuition is working really well, we make brilliant decisions for us, what is right for us. And we see through some of the facades that are around and people just trying to maybe scam us, So it's just a really interesting way of looking at things. And so it also helps with chronic pain as well as treating epilepsy. For areas of yellow scar tissue that are generally formed internally on tendons, ligaments, and subacute conditions, experiences showed that Nogier G to be really helpful in reducing inflammation associated with injuries and infections, and is also often called the universal frequency because most problems involve inflammation. So we are all dealing with inflammation to one form or another. And so there's a few things we can really just get a handle on. So if you're going to use the Nogier frequencies for treatments, there are many ways, but to simplify, E and G is a pain relief. A, B, and F, regenerating. C, D, and G, muscle relaxing. If you're struggling with lymph and or digestion, try this. For circulatory and lymph stimulation treatment of tissue of endodermal origin, such as gastrointestinal tract, liver, and pancreas, D has been used in conjunction with C and G for tendon, ligament, joint, and other injuries where reaching secondary levels of tissue is needed. So you can sort of use this as an adjunct to anything else you want to add in. So these amazing frequencies can be simply a treatment by themselves. And we will be posting a treatment on that so you can really get to know them. And the website is quantumhealing.me, and you'll find it in the videos. So the treatment videos will be in the middle ones, whereas this one is in the basics. So I hope you have a wonderful time with your Nogiers, and I hope you get the most amazing results. And I hope that you have the most magical time. With love. Bye for now.